Hi everyone, my name's Michael, and today on Michael on the Mic, where we talk everything fashion about your knowledge of the industry, we're going to be talking about Fasht Tech. Now, you may be wondering what's Fasht Tech. Fasht Tech stands for the fashion technology industry, which basically has to do with digital fashion. I'm going to be focusing on the development of Web3, speaking about blockchains, NFTs, cryptocurrency, and the metaverse, and how all that stuff will be applied to the fashion industry. Before we get started, I just want to point out that I'm going to be trying to explain this in the most simplified, user-friendly way. However, there are going to be some words that will sound like jargon. I'm going to define some words that I'll be using throughout. So first of all, we have blockchain. Blockchain technology is formally known as the, quote, shared immutable ledger that facilitates the process of recording transactions and tracking assets in a business network. In simplest terms, it's a software that tracks the ownership of any type of asset that's virtually impossible to hack. So that means it can be an asset that's tangible or intangible. So it could be a cryptocurrency like a Bitcoin is intangible. However, it could also track the ownership of a physical good like a luxury handbag. Like I said before, every cryptocurrency like Bitcoin and Ethereum are run on a public blockchain, which means that it's impossible to hack and there's no one in charge of it. It's decentralized, which means that there's no banks. People really like this aspect of it because they don't feel like they're being controlled by anyone. It's simply just a self-run technology. Another word I'll be saying a lot is NFT, which stands for non-fungible token. The easiest way to give a definition of a non-fungible token is to give the definition of a fungible token. A fungible token would be something like a 10-pound note. Now, a 10-pound note is exchangeable for an equivalent 10-pound note. It is replaceable. I could also give you two 5-pound notes in order to exchange for a 10-pound note, which has the same value as a 10-pound note. Now, something that is non-fungible is irreplaceable. It cannot be replaced for something else that holds the same value. As of right now, most of the NFTs that are out on the public domain are digital artworks. Now, if I buy an NFT that's an artwork, I own that NFT. The biggest argument within the NFT world is that I could technically go on an NFT e-commerce site and download the image of an NFT. However, I do not own that NFT because the blockchain would say that the ownership is the person who bought it. Even though I have an exact copy of it, I do not own that NFT, so it holds no value. Lastly, I want to touch on the definition of metaverse. Now, the thing about metaverse is that there's no formal definition yet because it doesn't exist. We've gotten a glimpse of when Facebook changed their name to Meta and how they announced that they will be working on developing the metaverse. However, we don't really know if that's what the metaverse is going to be like. It hasn't been an event yet. However, we do know that it's going to be some sort of virtual reality. And this virtual reality is going to be entirely run on a decentralized blockchain technology, which means that no one owns it. And it can be expected that all of these things that we're buying on the digital plane, so NFTs, digital artwork, digital fashion, cryptocurrencies, are all going to be used in the metaverse. And you're probably wondering, what does this have to do with the fashion industry and specifically the fashion technology industry? The answer is, all of these developments are going to be affecting every industry ever. So today I'm going to be talking about what it means for fashion. The first innovation I'm going to be speaking on is using blockchain technology as a supply chain tool. Now, using blockchain technology for supply chains is not a very innovative idea. It's been around for a few years now. However, it's not very big in the retailing industry. For example, the company IBM has invented a software that's run on a blockchain that allows companies to track food and where it was sourced and see if it was ethically sourced. This similar idea has been implemented in some fashion retailers. Like H&M is now showing their supply chain of all their goods to make sure to the consumer that what they're buying was ethically sourced, the material is sustainable, and overall they're making a conscious decision of what they're buying. It is also a really smart marketing tactic because using supply chain blockchain technology shows that it's transparent for the consumer and that the consumer can trust the brand. And this is because consumers can trust a brand that's using blockchain technology because the blockchain cannot be altered. So brands are being very transparent with their goods and showing that there's nothing to hide. Next up, I'm going to be discussing NFTs and how they're being implemented in the fashion industry. Now, as of right now, NFTs are not really being used that much by huge fashion houses. Many brands like LVMH, Kering, Richemont are using authenticity blockchains, which basically allows a consumer to authenticate their bags on a blockchain. However, that's not a NFT because an NFT would be something digital. Tracking ownership and authenticity and the post-production sale is really more just using blockchain technology for a new innovative idea. However, according to Vogue Business, they've spoken with many insiders within the industry, specifically the luxury sector, that they have said that they are working on NFT implementation and how they're going to do it. They just aren't sure who's going to be the first brand to really announce it. From my own perspective, I think NFTs and luxury fashion could really coincide well because NFTs are being sold for a very hefty price and they're very exclusive, which is very similar to the brand identities of all luxury brands. Additionally, I think many brands that are targeted towards more a older demographic will use this to cater towards more a younger demographic because that's what the demographic is for the NFT slash cryptocurrency Web3 world. Gucci actually formally announced that they are in the works of creating NFT slash digital fashion. They did it once with the digital sneakers that people could buy for £12. However, they haven't really released a campaign and collection. I'm really excited to see the first luxury brand to come out with their whole collection, their whole campaign, and how it's going to be marketed. Last but not least, let's discuss how fashion will be implemented in the metaverse. Now, like what I said before, the metaverse does not exist yet, so it's hard to see exactly how it's going to happen. However, even though it's a virtual reality world, we're still going to be wearing clothes. Brands like Nike are actually currently recruiting for digital designers to create digital fashion. Balenciaga did a similar thing when they did their collaboration with Fortnite, which basically just put their foot in the door to prove to consumers that they are capable of creating digital fashion, even though it was for a game. Brands are going to have to act on this fast because there's going to be really high competition of what people are going to wear in this virtual reality. It's not here yet, however, it's going to come here before we even know it. Brands that act on it sooner than later will definitely have a leg up compared to their competition because they will establish this identity as a digital fashion brand. And additionally, I think that this could be a really big game changer for any brands that don't adapt to this change. It's very well known in the luxury fashion industry that these fashion houses do not like to change. They like to keep their traditional ways. However, this could really be a kick in the butt to keep going and keep changing with the times. Anyways, guys, that is my little summary of where fashion technology is and where the industry is going. However, I think it's going to come a lot sooner than we think. We think it may be years away, and it could happen in the next 2 years. So thank you so much for watching. My name is Michael. This is Michael on the mic, and I'll catch you guys in 2 weeks.